With the launch of Black Ops 6 getting really close now, I thought I'd go over all the reasons why I'm so excited for Black Ops 6. Because ever since the Terminus reveal, I've been just up there through the roof. And I know a lot of people came down after the Liberty Falls reveal, but still I stayed up there because really there's so much of this game that I just cannot wait to just get my hands on and play. And that's what we're going to be going over in this video. Now, if you guys clicked on this video, I'm pretty sure you guys feel a similar way, so you might as well get it out of the way with at the start of the video, drop a like and even subscribe. And with that said, let's talk about why Black Ops 6 Zombies is about to be great. So the first thing I want to talk about is the philosophy that they're going into this game with, because Treyarch said themselves that the main idea with this game is that they're getting the best elements from Cold War and Black Ops 3 Zombies. And honestly, at least for me, that is my number 1 and number 3 favorite Zombies games. So if you combine those, that sounds absolutely great to me. I'll have a ton of fun with both of those. And throughout this, we'll see this philosophy being played out. But the next thing I think is worth talking about is the maps themselves, because we're getting the return of original map locations. Both Terminus and Liberty Falls are completely original just for zombies. And shut up anybody who's trying to say that Liberty Falls is like a multiplayer map or something stupid like that. No, it's not. The multiplayer quote-unquote Liberty Falls is completely different from the actual Liberty Falls map. And speaking of these two maps, I mean, just look at Terminus, bro. Like, this is what we need in a zombies map. Like, there's Cthulhu monsters in the water you can fight against, all the different areas, there's islands, abandoned boats, the prison area, black hole cannons, and even a whole secret laboratory under everything. Like, if that doesn't scream zombies, I don't know what does. It looks so freaking cool, and I cannot wait to play Terminus. And then, of course, there's Liberty Falls. Now, the atmosphere of Liberty Falls is definitely on the lower end, but Treyarch has announced that they're going to be changing it up a bit, trying to make it more moodier. We'll have to wait and see how it actually turns out when they actually reveal that to us. But of course, until then, we'll cross our fingers. But things that people don't really like give Liberty Falls credit for is that this is a second map. Like, this is the second launch map for this game, and this has a whole main Easter egg and even side Easter eggs on this map. Like, if you think about all the other second launch maps, they've never had any of that. They've been so basic. The Giant, Nuketown, 5, like, those are as basic of maps as they come. But Liberty Falls has its own main quest and side quest. Like, that's amazing. People need to give the map credit for that. It's disrespectful that people just don't want to acknowledge that. And that's not it. There's also a lot of other cool things that are going to be coming with the game. Gobblegums are going to be returning, but they're kind of changed enough that I feel like they're their own new thing. I mean, I'm not going to go over exactly how they work in this video, but the main thing I will go over is that how you earn them, because it actually seems like a fair way. Of course, we'll have to wait and see who actually play the game, but like, you just get the Gobblegums by playing the game. Every few rounds, they're just going to give you a random Gobblegum, and that's just going to incentivize people to just get on and play the game. You can just keep playing the game over and over just to grind those Gobblegums for your Easter egg runs or your high round runs. Like, that's really cool. And then of course there's the story. I think people are really not acknowledging how cool the story is that they set up for Black Ops 6. I mean, for everything with Richtofen and Project Janus and how he just disappeared at the end of the Liberty Falls cutscene, there's Samantha who somehow has power over the Forsaken ball looking thing and her memories, so many questions with that. There's Richtofen's son, he's probably still alive in the dark either, being protected by Mr. Peaks. And then there's even Weaver and the knowledge that he has. Where's he getting that from? There's Maya and her brother, what's going on with them? So many different questions that I made a whole video talking about all of these that I highly recommend you guys check out. It's a great watch, and I think you guys, after watching that video, will be really excited for the story also. But we're still not done, because then of course we have new features that are coming to the game, like some quality of life ones, like saving in solo. Yes, people seem to forget this, that in solo you can actually just save your game, and obviously we all know how this is going to be useful. Like, how many times where you're just playing the game and all of a sudden you have to go and you just have to end your game because you know you can't save it. But now you can save and quit and come back a different day. That's amazing. And not only that, they also have a backup feature that it's going to save your game at the end of every single round, meaning that if your game crashes, loses internet connection, or whatever it may be, you'll be able to reload that crash save file to go back to practically right where you were. That's perfect. And it's not just solo play, there's also co-op play. Not as cool, but at least now you can rejoin at any point. So if you lag out, lose connection, or whatever it may be, you can rejoin that game no matter how far in the Easter egg they are, or no matter how high of a round they are. You can always rejoin. Amazing stuff. And that doesn't stop there. We also have a new feature called guided mode, and this is going to be great for multiple reasons, but for now the main thing we need to think about this is that for all those times that we've seen people just not do Easter eggs because they were too difficult or whatever, they could actually do them. It's more accessible to a casual audience because the rounds can't get too high while you are playing the guided mode, so it can't get too difficult, but also all the steps are shown to you on screen. You don't need to look up a guide or anything like that. All of it is in game. I've been arguing that they should do something like this for years, and I'm glad to see them do that because they actually make the Easter egg more accessible to not as high skilled zombies players, but also not hurting the main Easter egg for those higher skilled zombies players. Absolutely amazing. And then another thing that I know some people don't like bringing up in terms of zombies, but the camel grind is going to be so fun in this game because not only was it amazing in Cold War, but on top of that, now you actually don't have to level up your guns in order to work on the camos. You can start working on the camos the second you get that gun, which is going to make it a lot easier instead of having to worry about leveling up the guns too, because now you can do them hand by hand. And on top of that, while you're doing the camo grind, you can still be getting gobblegums while you're going through the rounds doing those camo grinds. So it's a win-win-win. It's amazing. And those are all the really cool features that are going to be coming. But there's also a set of features that I want to talk about that, I mean, they're returning, but they really should have never left, so it's hard to give them too much credit for, but I'm just relieved that they are returning. And of course, the main one to show all of this is a set crew. Yes, we're finally getting a set crew back. I'm not going to give Treyarch credit for this though, because they never should have taken them out. The operator system is the single dumbest decision that has ever been made in the history of Call of Duty Zombies, and I will stand by that till the day I die. I hate that system. And it does kill my soul that in Liberty Falls, there's still going to be the operator system. I hate it. I despise it. There's no other way to describe it. I hate that system so much. But I am glad it seems like it's going to be a one-off and the rest are going to be having their own set crew. But then it's not only that. Also, we're having intros return. Like, Cold War just forgot those existed. They're finally back. We've already seen the intro to both Terminus and Liberty Falls. It's a relief. Also, Easter eggs being more difficult again, not being super casual like we saw in Cold War. That's a complete relief. And I think the main reason they're doing this is because of what I mentioned earlier in this video, the guided mode. Because they have the guided mode for the casual players, and for the hardcore players, we can just have a difficult main Easter egg and one that's fun to solve again. And the final thing that is returning is side Easter eggs, or at least a good amount of them. Now, I am a little nervous about this because the side Easter eggs we did get in Cold War really weren't side Easter eggs. They were just like pick up a coin and bring it to a machine, and that was your quote-unquote side Easter egg. It was really stupid. Or even the Coffin Man side Easter egg, you shot some orbs around an area. I mean, like, can we get a little bit more creative here? So crossing my fingers, the side Easter eggs are actually going to be good in this, but at least Terminus is going to have the most side Easter eggs ever. An interesting one that people aren't talking about is the return of like music. Now, we can't say for certain that we actually play the game itself and hear the ambient music, but in Cold War, there was really no ambient music and there really wasn't any Easter egg songs. And even the music we did get really sounded more campaign-like than zombies-like. But now that it's actually been confirmed that Kevin Sherwood, the GOAT of COD Zombies music, is going to be back for this game making the Easter egg songs, I'm a lot more confident in the music and its ambient music that we got a little taste of when we saw the gameplay. And the last thing I want to leave you guys off on is that later this year, we will be getting DLC 1. So by this year, 2024, we're going to have 3 different round-based maps to play on Black Ops 6. That's absolutely great to see. But that's about it. And I'm sure there's some other things I'm leaving out, but you might as well head down to the comment section and tell me exactly what you're most excited for Black Ops 6 Zombies. But for me, I'm gonna head out and I'll catch you guys in the next one.